leadership opportunities and developing the skills needed to succeed in these roles? What are the strategies for seeking out leadership opportunities and developing the skills needed to succeed in these roles?
Do you want to try that, Boluwaji Adegboye? You want to give it a shot? How do you seek out to be a leader? What do you need to do to maintain that position?
Okay.
Please try.
Good afternoon,
Let's hear your
everybody.
thoughts. Good afternoon.
Yes. So I think leadership is not just geared about you wanting to direct a group of people. Leadership is a call to service. It is something that you have to do because you want to serve, you want to do the society, or you want to do the group of people that you want to call your followers a greater good. You want to take them away from where they are to a better place. So if you want to be a leader, I think strategies that you should take would be looking around you and looking at the people that you're intending to call followers, or those that you want to follow that would that would make their lives better. And leadership is not something that, there is this phrase that says leaders are made, they are not born. So it means anybody can be a leader as long as you're able to go through training and mentorship programs available. There are hosts of these training and mentorship programs. Leap Africa is a very excellent platform that you can subscribe to, and they will take you up for months, training you, engaging in community development programs, going through the SDGs. They have links with Forward Foundation and every other place that would basically help you. So it has to do with finding a platform where there are like-minded individuals that you're all committed to the same cause, and they're looking out, because I said it's a call to service. It has to do with you giving back to the community, giving back to the people that you want to call followers. And all of us can be leaders. If you want to be a leader, if you're so much focused on being a leader is actually a very sacrificial thing. It's not something that just anybody can do. We have over 200 million Nigerians in this country, and getting a leader is something that is a sort of strenuous task, because not everybody can succeed in that capacity. So if you want to be a leader, it has to do with you digging deep, some introspection, like you said. Find it within yourself. What exactly am I seeking to achieve with being a leader? Am I going to do the society a better good? Or am I just going for the name? Okay, this is our leader. So if at all you're not going to do or make life by being a leader, then I don't see any point in doing so. So being a leader is a call to service. It is a call to making people's lives better. And if you're not opportune to be a leader, if you'll be a follower, the most important or paramount thing is to use that capacity to just do the best you can. We can all be the best, whether as a leader, whether as a follower. It's just the title, I think, and the responsibilities that come with it. So, yeah, that's my tip, ma.
Thank you very much. And believe me, you've done a fantastic job. You practically take some of the words out of my mouth. But let us add it to the words Okanezi Excellence would share with us. Okanezi, can we hear from you? Seeking leadership positions.
Yes, ma'am. My own take on this, just like my mom usually tells me, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Planning is like the base of anything. Even before God began creation, I'm sure he must have taken his time to plan how he wants to do it. Okay, the first day I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'll say it like this, and then it must happen like this, because my word cannot fail. So I believe if you want to be a good leader, just like the way we're always blaming our Nigerian leaders, they're the ones causing the rise of corruption in the nation, it is lack of plan. It is the lack of plan that causes people to fail. Because if you plan, you are writing down basically all your actions, and you're seeing, if I do like this, I might fail. So let me take this other step instead. So writing down helps us foresee the future. It helps us say, okay, if this doesn't work, this should work. So planning is going to help us achieve that leadership goal. Like she said, if you're also a follower, you also have a responsibility. But this plan I'm talking about now is going to help you accomplish a lot of things. Personally, in my own personal life, my academics, planning has really
Thank
helped me
you
because
very much, Okadeze. And because we are running out of time, Okadeze, we're running out of time. Chioma just put up her hand, and I just want us to give her 1 minute. 1 minute.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Ma, for this session. I have really learned a lot. Good afternoon, everyone. So concerning leadership, I've currently been learning about leadership actively since, I think, 2021, July. I started to subscribe to a podcast. And one thing that I learned that has really shocked me is that the highest form of leadership is known as personal leadership. So positional leadership is not even among the top.
You lead yourself first.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear. Was anyone speaking
Go
to me?
on, go on.
Go on, please.
Go on, Chioma. Nobody's
Okay.
speaking to you. Just go
Okay.
on.
So I started to learn that positional, the kind of leadership where you're giving a title or a position is not even as important as personal leadership. And personal leadership is what all of us are doing and we don't know. So how you, just like what you were saying on this call, how you sit and plan for your own life. Where do you want to be in the next 10, 20 years? That is personal leadership. And what leadership means on a general, on a very flat scale is able to mobilize resources, whether it's material resources or human resources, and even your time to achieve a particular goal. So as an individual, how are you able to manage, how are you able to make your life cycle decisions? So everything that you're saying to us today is about personal leadership. How do you make your life cycle choices in every season of your life? That means that you're leading yourself. And also you were speaking to us about character and integrity. And you were saying that if you don't have good character or integrity or all of these things, that clients will begin to drop. That is personal leadership. Because we keep saying that our leader should have integrity. If a person does not have good character, they cannot be trusted to do things on a larger scale. So anybody thinking about leadership should start from me leading myself. And you see that most of the best leaders have been people who were not even elected, like Mahatma Gandhi, Martin Luther King. There are people who other people looked at and said, this person is doing a good job leading themselves in their own life. And that's why I want to also follow them. So that's my own take on the topic of leadership.
Thank you very much, Chioma. You see, that question is so loaded because you can write a whole book on that question. And there's so many questions, books, resources on leadership. It is such a big, at the same time, loose word. And I ask myself, what is leadership? I mean, the three ladies who've spoken have done a fantastic job of articulating what I would have said. The question says seeking leadership positions. Why are you seeking leadership position? Why are you seeking it? You're seeking it. If you look, when Chioma used the word personal leadership, I say praise the Lord, because I'd been looking for someone to use that word. For me, it is very clear, but that between she and Bolu and Chioma, they've gone for leadership courses. What I would now admonish you to do is imbibe those things that you have learned at Leap Africa. There's also Faith Foundation. They all teach all those skills. WIMBIs, we teach leadership skills, but imbibe them and people will see the leadership in you. You don't have to seek it. You don't have to seek it. Look, I've served the NBA in so many capacities. And one of them, did I say, I want to, please, can you make me this? No. The current NBA president still spoke to me this weekend, wanting me to do something for him. You don't have to seek the positions will seek you out if you have developed yourself to become a leader. If you've done, look, if you are visible and you are delivering, and what you are delivering on is impactful. And I'm not talking about impactful on yourself, to your society. to the Nigerian Bar Association, to your legal profession. People will see it and they will invite you. The leadership you run after, believe me, sometimes you fail because you don't even know what it takes. You just run after it because you are seeking it. When we formed WIMBIS, Women in Management, Business and Public Service, going to 22 years this year, I didn't apply to be a trustee or one of the founders. The person who put us all together, Dr. Mobola Johnson, just called me, Funmi, we want to start this organization. Come and join us. And I never applied to be a member of National Executive Council of NBA, the highest decision-making body in NBA. No, I was called. If you build yourself up, and believe me, I don't believe that leaders are born. I don't believe this. Anybody can be a leader. It is what you want to lead in that matters. Do you want to be a leader in this space? Then go for it. Give it what it takes. But before you do that, be sure that you have developed the character. You have developed the skills to take on that position, and you are ready to give. Because they will keep asking you if you give. You know, I don't want to talk politics here, but when I hear some of the young people talk about politics and about the presidential candidates, I just smile. That many of you don't even know what leadership is about. And my recommendation is please go and find out what leadership is. Many of you don't know what leadership, the things that should be the criteria, you don't know it. When you say when we're talking about national leaders, what does it take to be a national leader? Many of you don't. Sentiments, you bring a lot of sentiments into that decision. You bring a lot of, and believe me, you will need to, at a national level, you look at the track of the people you're talking about. Leadership is not a joke. You must be willing to give. And people must see it. It must, even the way you dress must speak to people. The way you communicate must speak to people. Your presence must speak to people, such that people want to follow you. And when I talk about followership, it's not that they'll be following. No, they want to work with you. They would listen when you call them. Leadership is not about you must do it. No, they would listen to you and share things with you and want to do it the way you've articulated, and at the same time as a leader, you are learning from them. Because the day you stop learning, you've lost it as a leader. And that brings me to technology. I'm 65 years old. Believe me, last year I took 3 courses, technology-related courses, because your generation, I'm going to give you a run for your money. I am going to give you, I'm the chairman of a health tech EMR, electronic medical record platform, Health Stack. I'm their chairman. Why did I agree to be the chairman? Because I want to know about tech. And from being the chairman, I've learned so much. It meant I've had to read, I've had to go online, improve my knowledge about technology to be able to chair the board of directors. And I'm the only woman on the board. That is your future. Anybody who wants to lead in the future must know the pros and cons, the challenges of technology, and there are many. There are many. I just bought 2 books on technology, because when I'm going to do something, I do a lot of research, I read about it, I know about it, I eat it, I dream it. And that was why I was able to accept to be the chairman of that company. You must know what the future portends. And believe me, there's so many of your generation that I bring technological innovations to their attention, even in my farm. And I keep telling them, why should I be the one telling you this? You should be the one teaching me. Share knowledge, share what you know. Because they'll see you as a leader. They expect you to know. And if you keep all this knowledge to yourself, they won't see you as a leader. Share it. It doesn't affect anything negatively in your life if you share what you know with others. I see some hands up. Our time is up. I wish we could go on and on, but I know that I have another appointment for 2 p.m. today. And Deborah, so I wish we could talk on that, but our time is up, and I'm sure Deborah is looking at, no, Mr. Roberts has to jackpot from this, to use your phrase, jackpot from this platform.
Not at all, Ma, really. we're ready to operate at your convenience, but I understand that you have another meeting. But if you could take this, I want CG for me to read one of the last questions from the ones we have, if you can accommodate that, Ma.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, CG, take the next question.
Okay, Ma. One of the last questions here
No,
is...
Zeno, CG for me, you take it. Sorry.
Okay, Ma. Okay, Ma. Okay, Ma. Thank you.
Thank you, Ma, for the presentation. The next question will be, what is the importance of intentional career growth and the role of women in creating a more equitable and inclusive legal profession?
That is not a question I can answer in 5 minutes. The Chartered Institute of Arbitrators just sent me a message that for Women's Day, they want me to answer that question in another way. And I spent a whole weekend writing what I've sent to them. They sent it back, Ms. Rob, can you edit it this month? Huge topic. And you know, everything we've been talking about today is about being intentional. It is about being intentional. If you don't go through life coasting, which is what many of us do. We wake up in the morning, we do this, routine. No, you have to build the presence of mind to make each day of your life impactful. To make each, in every day, what have you learned? What have you done that has improved you in your career growth? At the end, and you know, there's nothing wrong with writing it down. You will never see me with my handbag without a small notebook. And our phones, my own phone, small as it is very powerful. Because if this phone gets lost, anyway, I back up every Monday. My notes, if it is possible to show my notes to you on my phone, lots and lots of notes, things I keep telling myself, things that I see that I want to imbibe. You must be intentional. When you say equity space for women, what is equity? Giving equal opportunities to everybody. But you know, I said it at the beginning, we live in a patriarchal society. In Funmi Roberts and Co, that is what we strive to do. Making sure that even our admin staff have equal opportunities to resources to enable them grow. But that equity is still a long way to come, particularly when we are in a male-dominated environment. It is equity that we must train the men to accept. But even as I sit here, I engage with male firms, the owners of male firms, and try to encourage them. Please, why don't you introduce partnership into your law firm? No, I have children. My children are going to take over. What if your children don't want to do it? And these are young people who have given their lives to you, given their time for you. Why don't you encourage them? There's still a lot of work for us to do as women. There is a lot of work. We need to begin to let law firms understand our innate, our peculiar needs and get them to allow us to operate within their space despite those needs. Whether we like it or not, the men are the sponsors today. Even when you see women in powerful positions, sometimes they have to defer to the men. Sometimes they have to go to the men for support or for instructions on what to do or what to say. That's the reality. But like I said, if we all are determined that we are going to change that narrative, we must be intentional. But it is, like I say, law is a hard taskmaster. It will demand a lot from us. But in the course of doing it, in the course of fighting those challenges, in the course of dealing with those inequities, we'll grow our leadership skills and we will stand out. But it is not going to be easy. I wish I could go on and on. Maybe this will be a topic for another day. But thank you very much for that question.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Leonard Senior. In fact, I don't feel like I should say anything. I just wanted you to finish and then we'll just end it here. I mean, we have learned from you a great deal today. It's been so relatable. It's been highly educative and very interactive. I mean, these are part of the conversations we should be having with women in this industry. And I really want to appreciate you for your time and for dishing it all out to us from your personal experience, which I feel so honored to learn from today also. And I would say, Leonard Senior, these were part of the reasons out of my only 2 years of experience that better this platform, what I experienced as a woman in the space and how I've had to submit CVs in various firms, running up to like 40, have had to solicit to be external solicitors to some companies like banks of more than 10 banks, and I was rejected. And then of course, at some point I get to be appointed as external solicitors in banks like BOI and some few ones. I mean, all these rejection and the no's and everything, I put them all together. And then recalling the fact that, oh, when I got pregnant of my kids, I have 3 girls. I recall it's not the same thing like me when I was younger and I had no knowledge that all those were going to have to add to everything that will add up to my experience in terms of how I'm going to practice. I had to decide whether I have the passion to go on or not. And I knew how many of my other colleagues fell along the way and they said, Debbie, we can't do this. But I also want to thank God that I have a supporting husband who kept saying, oh, no, even when you're pregnant, you have your cards, you're practicing, you're doing this. And although I didn't have the knowledge of mentorship, I didn't know the importance of mentorship. Now I'll be 13 years of post-call experience this year, and that is nowhere near to you, really. And that's why we bring experts like you that we all can learn from. The number of my few years is nowhere near to what you have dished out to us today. But I would say I can really relate from that few years of mine, from what you have said. And I now discover that, oh, there is a need to really put up platforms like this to bring up the younger ones, to get them empowered so they can use their voices, so they can be well aware, so as we can build the kind of emerging women that we need in the space. Like you did say, Leonard Senior, you said most of these programs, when you see women leading in the forefront, sometimes they are sponsored by the men. They have to tell you what to do. They have to tell you what you will say at that various position. So in essence, they are just representing, but they are not participating. I discovered, I said, okay, because I recall for over 40 firms that I submitted CVs then, not because I had any bad result. In most cases, they'll tell you, oh, you have a good result, but we'll see what we can do on the rest of it. Even when I had the promise to go to one of the tier 1 law firms, well, it didn't happen, life happened. And then I discovered that if I had met any of the firms that I met a woman, of course, your firm was not part of it. I had no idea about yours, but imagine if I had a form of opportunity to attend a mentorship where I met you, I would gladly run to you because I actually grew up in Ibadan. And then, of course, I married immediately after my service in 2010 and moved down to, in 2011 and moved down to Lagos. So I would not believe that a woman would have turned me down and told me that, oh, no, you are a married woman. You know, once it's 6 o'clock, all of you will be looking at the road and you want to go and meet your children. You want to go and meet your husband. That was the basis for some of the friends that rejected me. So I am glad that this is happening. So I counted all this and put them together and discovered that we can help the younger ones to come up with a better, empowerment where they are aware of the various things that will confront them or hurdles that could confront them if they don't plan as a woman. And so that's why we bring people like you who are supporting this platform to get us more informed, to share your life experience where we are able to learn and plan and then properly position ourselves to be able to participate and also bring up the younger generation. Thank you so much, Ma. We are really, really grateful today. The feedback has been coming in so great. I personally have learned more than I can ever have imagined. Thank you so much. I feel highly excited and I appreciate you. And on behalf of the Hilton Top solicitors and the team and all these amazing ladies, we have over 120. Okay, we have about 120 something people who logged on earlier. Some are coming, dropping the call already, and we have about 100, both the attendees and the panelists. So I am so grateful for you coming out today to be able to speak to every one of us here, and I know that the feedback is so great. We will be glad to have you again, and that's the request that most of these amazing ladies are making. So I do not know, but I pray that you'll be able to oblige us again, Ma. Thank you so much.
Thank you very, very much. It's my pleasure. And those who contributed, thank you very, very much for your insightful contributions. And we'll meet again in the legal profession somewhere, because I don't intend to give up or retire anytime soon. Thank you.
All right, ladies, please connect with our mommy here. She's on LinkedIn. Kindly go to LinkedIn and connect with her and share your lessons today. Connect with her, tag her, and then you can post further questions to her. And I believe when she's available, she'll avail you the answers. Thank you very much. All right, Zino, over to you.
All right, thank you so much, Ma. Thank you so much, Ma. We sincerely appreciate this wonderful session with you. Personally, I've learned a lot and I've learned so many things as well. Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you, Ma Deborah. God bless you for this opportunity. Now to the intent, the evaluation form for today will be sent to you. And as many of you that have questions, please do well to ask them on your WhatsApp platform, or you can send the message privately to me or Victoria Udo, the other program coordinator. God bless you all. And